Hi y'all, I've almost lost count of all the parts I've done with this, but this is part 6 of the riskiest things women can do in relationship with men. Now, let's go ahead and get the joke out of our system so that we can get on with the topic. The riskiest thing a woman can do in relationship with men is simply be in a relationship with a man. That's original. I've never heard that one before. Now, part 6 is very important. And I am seeing an uptick in people who are proud prison girlfriends and prison fiancés. Do not, I repeat, do not get into a relationship with a man who is in jail, prison, whatever you want to call it. Don't do it. Do not get involved with a man who is always in trouble with the law. He's always getting arrested. He's always going to court. There's always some kind of legal drama going on. The only reason that these types of men who are always in and out of trouble are talking to you is because I'm willing to bet that you are keeping the roof over their head, the clothes on their back, and food in their mouths. Now, disclaimer, I understand that there might be some men out there who, when they were younger, they didn't make the best decisions, but something happened and they were able to turn their lives around and they never made stupid mistakes like that again. I've seen it happen in real life. I know it's possible. So there's that. I'm talking about men who are literally in the thick of it. They are still very much living that kind of life. If you are talking to one of these types of men or in relationship with one of these types of men, I can tell you, just without even knowing you personally, that you probably have really low self-esteem. And I'm not saying this shit to be funny. I'm saying this as a woman who used to have really low fucking self-esteem, okay? I can tell that you have really low self-esteem and that you are very desperate for a relationship by any means necessary. In some cases, you might even be a single mom and you're tired of being a single mom and you wish you had somebody to help you run your household. And while some of you might have your lives together to where you have your own place, you have a steady job, you have a nice, reliable form of transportation, you are not together mentally or emotionally. Oh no, I hear you, sister, yeah. He told you that he loves you and you're the one, and one of these days he's going to get his life in order and finally do right by you, right? Because you've been his ride or die. You've proven that you have his back. Let me tell you something. Nobody is more poetic than a man who ain't got shit and who needs a place to stay, all right? You get real poetic when you ain't got nothing. Just think of that one coworker that you have that ain't said nothing to you all year. Cat, dog, hi, bye, nothing. And then when their car breaks down, they want to be your best friend and ask you for a ride. Yeah, that type of situation. One family member who ain't called you since he was sperm in a nutsack and now he wants to pop up acting all buddy-buddy so we can borrow a couple $1,000s to fix his car. That situation. When you are in dire straits, those situations will have you becoming literally unrecognizable. It's in our DNA for us to be able to survive. So people are going to do what they have to do in a lot of cases. So these men, in order to survive, will take advantage and latch on to you. Of course you love me. You're tired of eating top ramen every day on a 1-inch mattress, on a steel bed frame. I bet you do love me. I bet you do want to ride off into the sunset with me because you ain't got no ride. You ain't got no transportation. Okay, so let me share with you all a story. Back when I was with my abusive ex-husband, I think I was 20 when we met. So I was young, dumb. And I think he went to jail maybe 2 or 3 times while we were together. And when he would call me from jail, he would say the most romantic, sweetest things. Oh, he's been praying. He's religious now. He has a vision for our family. But do y'all really think he kept up any of those promises once he got out? Another thing I want you guys to realize is that these dudes realize that you are their lifeline, so they're also going to try to control you. Now, I keep saying men are not dumb, okay? They just use their power for evil instead of good. And the moment you can get that through your thick skull, the better off you'll be. And I've had so many women like, well, you lost me when you said men aren't dumb. No, sister, you're lost. My ex-husband was in jail, but managed to warp my mind in a way that I let him control me while he was in jail. Seriously, what the fuck was he going to do? But that's just how my mind was back then. I was so desperate to save our family and to be married and to, have this beautiful life, this picture that he kept painting for me by any means necessary, that I just kept eating it up. The more he would just tell me all this shit, I would just eat it up. This is when I hear people say that it could never happen to them, or they don't understand why women let this happen. It makes me think of this illustration that I saw years ago, and it was a picture of a horse, and it had a chain around its neck, and the chain was attached to a chair. Now this horse is 100 times bigger than the chair, weighs far more than the chair. If that horse realized its power, it could have just picked up and started running, and somehow that chair would have broke, or whatever the case may be. But because the horse saw that chain and thought, oh, I'm trapped, the horse didn't go anywhere. I was that horse. I did not realize my power and that I had the upper hand in that situation, that he fucking needed me more than I needed him. As a matter of fact, I didn't need him at all. That is why, and I know this is the bare minimum, there's no need to comment and tell me that what I'm about to tell you is the bare minimum. I know that, but for the sake of this video, it needs to be said, because there's so many women falling victim to the schemes of a man who is just in and out of the legal system. Basics, okay? Bare minimum. He has to have his own place. He has to have a steady, stable job. He has to have his own form of transportation. These are 3 basic things that me as an adult, I need to know that at least you have this shit, so that I can rule out the fact that you are with me because you do not have those things and you think that I'm going to give those things to you. This is also bare minimum. You need not be in and out of the legal system unless you are a lawyer or a judge or some other person on staff down at the courthouse. And especially at my age, if you are still in and out of court and getting locked up, you have some stuff you need to sort out, okay? And dating is the last thing that you need to be doing. Sweetheart, if you are dating a man, okay, and he is having all kinds of troubles and issues and his life is in complete disarray and he is dating you, please listen to me. If you don't hear anything else that I have said, he is using you because he thinks you are an easy target to provide him with an easy life. He will do nothing for you but use you, abuse you, cheat on you, tear you down, and probably run off to another woman that he sees as a target once he uses you up. You are in for a life of nothing more than arguments, unrest, chaos, lack of sleep, constant anxiety. Where is he? What is he doing? It is a dangerous, fucked up environment for you to put your kids into if you have kids, or if you dare think that you want to have kids with this person. Forget about you at this point. Don't do that to your children, okay? Stay away from men who don't have the basics. Stay away from men who are in and out of the legal system, in and out of courts, getting in trouble, getting locked up. Run away from them like the plague.